Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that felt that there were issues from their childhood that were still holding them back from living the level of life and having the level of impact that they wanted. And they felt that in some way anger was still there as a result of being unfairly treated, criticized, punished as a child. And there was a real feeling that in some way it was an impediment, it was getting in the way, it was blocking them living the life at the level that they wanted. So what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session starts off with a metaphor linked to something called acceptance and commitment therapy. And one of the key things is to accept those things that no longer serve you and to make a commitment to the life that you want. And you'll hear that using an analogy of a boat traveling on uncharted waters. And part of that came from a quote that they were really inspired by that linked to this idea of life is at the edge of the unknown. So I use a metaphor here of uncharted waters and something holding them back from exploring those uncharted waters. And then direct suggestions that linked to this idea of releasing anger, releasing any kind of pain of the past, and being able to do what they wanted to do. And they really felt that they were on a hero's journey, and that in some way they wanted to let go of whatever was stopping them from becoming the version of them, the evolved version of them that would have the biggest impact. I think a lot of people embrace the idea of evolution or this kind of a different iteration, that we are never the same as we were in the past. And when you look at old photos, although you know it was you, it doesn't really feel like you because you've changed in the time period that separates the present from the past. And that's a different evolution and iteration. So you're going to hear these kind of language and suggestions throughout this hypnosis session. If you feel that something more bespoke and customized to you might be beneficial, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a completely free consultation call to explore working with me. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful feeling of release and relief. As you breathe in relaxation and exhale tension. As you breathe in, feel that sense of relaxation and notice that the more attention you give to the sound of my voice, the better able your unconscious is able to release tension there in your body. perhaps around your forehead, jaw, neck or shoulders. Breathing in that wonderful feeling of relaxation and exhaling tension, feeling it leave your body in your outward breath. The deeper you breathe, the deeper relaxed you become. And the deeper relaxed you become, the more you are able to harness the power of your imagination. As you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine what it would be like to stand on the shore of an uncharted ocean. That you realize that only by sailing beyond the horizon could you discover not just new lands, but the true extent of your courage and potential. I want you to imagine there is a vessel, a boat, not far from the shore. You could imagine wading through the water to the boat to explore those uncharted waters. But I want you to see that you are physically attached to someone, that while they are on the shore, you are prevented from making your way to the boat. As you look, you see it as a younger version of yourself. I want you to see you as a child or an adolescent, angry, perhaps hurt. But while you are still attached to that angry, hurt, younger version of you, you are impeded to explore the uncharted waters. So now you have a choice. You can spend the rest of your life on the shore, attached to that hurt, angry, younger version of you. Or you can finally cut that rope and do what has always been your destiny. To go further on your journey than you've ever gone before. I want you to imagine there is a sharp instrument, perhaps a knife or a sword, there in your hand, and you can cut the rope attaching yourself to that angry, hurt, younger version of you. You can board the boat and explore the uncharted waters. But in doing so, you leave a previous iteration of you behind. The butterfly can't remain a caterpillar and still fly as a butterfly. Something has to be left behind. And if you're willing to leave what no longer serves you behind, let me know by nodding your head. And then feel that you can finally cut the rope. But you do so giving wisdom, love, and advice to that younger version of you so that they don't need to remain hurt and angry. That while you pursue your own hero's journey, they can also evolve. So feel that you can share the words that need to be said. Give them a hug and let them know that this is not abandonment. This is trust. That you trust that they can continue their journey without needing the support and protection of you anymore. And notice how that sadness and fear and anger dissipates as they realize that you believe in them and they wish you well. The rope is no longer connected, and you board a magnificent boat ready to explore uncharted waters. Imagine yourself as a courageous sailor setting sail into the vast, uncharted ocean of your potential. Feel the excitement. And freedom. And courage of venturing beyond familiar shores, knowing that great discoveries await those who dare to explore. Breathing in and breathing out. And with each breath, let go of any fear of the unknown, embracing the journey ahead with confidence and positive anticipation. Imagine how it would be to navigate through challenges with ease, knowing that each obstacle is a stepping stone towards greater strength and insight. That as you continue this journey, you learn that you can trust in your inner compass to guide you, and feel the visceral joy of uncovering new aspects of your abilities and potential. You don't fear the storms, or the night, or the strange islands. Whatever you uncover is there to serve you. Feel that the waters ahead are now smooth sailing, that you can relax on that boat. And as you relax deeper, feel yourself connecting to the core of your identity, where your true strength and peace reside. Imagine a warm light of healing surrounding you, soothing any wounds created by past criticism and judgment. You can heal and allow yourself to release the need for anger, knowing that calm and thoughtful actions are more powerful. Feel that you are now evolving into a new, peaceful iteration of yourself, free from the burden of past conflicts. And imagine the bond with your Father healing, as understanding and forgiveness replace past hurt and anger. Feel how good it feels to feel the freedom of letting go of any belief that anger is necessary to get what you want. Your certainty can come from the belief in your ability to make a difference, not the false certainty that comes from anger. As you realize that being calm and centered allows you to solve problems much more effectively than being angry. And as you embrace this new perspective, you'll notice how your life flows more smoothly and positively. Your true power comes from inner peace and thoughtful actions, not from anger or conflict. Every hero believes that they need an enemy. Your enemy is not your father, and not even parts of yourself. Your enemy is now ignorance in the world, and you have the ability to educate the ignorant, and you are on a mission to defeat that ignorance. Feel that you now embody the very change that you want to see in the world with calm determination. As you feel the old beliefs about needing to fight dissolve, replaced by the understanding that action from a place of peace is stronger. You are no longer the version of you on the shore. Your identity has evolved to become more aligned with your current life, optimal and harmonious. You start to see anger not as necessary, but as turbulent water and waves that just impede your ability to sail towards your mission. Feel the shift within you as you embrace a new way of being that enhances your well-being and ability to impact the world. You realize that there are many different ways to sail to your destination. Why be a slave to one route on one map? As long as you get to where you need to get to, does it really matter how you got there? Understand that your problems are best solved through calm and deliberate actions. Anger now is an impediment, a restriction to being the true hero that you have evolved to become. And as you change your perspective, notice how your interactions and outcomes improve positively. You feel the peace that comes from releasing old conflicts and stepping into your new, empowered identity. The shoes, the cape, the identity of a hero feels as comfortable as an old pair of jeans that you've been wearing for years. Because your new self is a true humanitarian, compassionate, understanding, and powerful in a calm and thoughtful way. You don't fight the evolution, you embrace it. Knowing that this is just a continuation of a journey you've been on your whole life. A journey of becoming, iteration by iteration, the very best version of yourself, aligned with peace and positive action. I want you to see ahead the shores that represent a destination, a mission. That by being this version of yourself, your mission is becoming clearer and more achievable. And know you are on exactly the right journey towards this destination. But you don't need to touch the shores to know that that's where you'll end up. Every evolution, every progress, every time you make an impact will give you the visceral feeling of heroic power, embodying the very essence of who you are at your very core. But now it's time to return to the present. Not as you were before, but the new iteration that you have now evolved to become. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connecting fully with the present moment. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling resourceful, confident, optimistic, and evolved. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.